The year is 2012, August 21st to be exact. A brand new game hits the PS3 store, and it's one that probably should have never ever released. Counter-Strike Global Offense. The biggest video game of all time by some measurements, still to this day topping charts on PC. But what about the PS3 version? Yes, PlayStation has CSGO on it. I know some of you most likely have never even heard of this because CSGO was without a doubt the most popular and PC exclusive game probably ever, with millions of players daily. However, the story isn't the same on PS3, with the game being essentially abandoned since 2018. And nearly a decade later, yes, 2018 was almost a decade ago now, it is still somehow playable, although it is only with bots. But if we are being honest, that serves enough of a challenge because playing CSGO on a controller to begin with is something that only true psychopaths do.
That's what I'm saying.
But in today's video, I did, and I got the Platinum Trophy on CSGO. Overall, the game is not hard to Platinum except for one trophy in particular. In total, there is 19 of them with the Platinum Trophy. It took me about 3 hours of gruelishly boring failure to complete, and I almost gave up because of this one trophy, but we will get to that later.
No, you're
So starting off CSGO, you first have to buy it, obviously, and this game is only available digitally as far as I know, so I had to unfortunately enter the hellscape that is the PS3 store, and you know, I waited for like an hour for it to download. I love the PS3 store. But then I did begin with stage 1, being to just get all the trophies from the arms race mode. This is a type of team deathmatch mode, except every person is sort of trying to win for themselves by getting the most kills and reaching 26 points, I think, all the while your gun changes every time you do get a kill. Now in this mode, we are chasing after 8 trophies, and almost all of them are just from doing a specific combat action. But going into it during my first round, I was just trying to win and get used to playing CSGO on a controller. In the past, I have played a bit on my Steam account, but nothing insane at all, and I sucked, so yeah, GG's. However, on controller, it's even harder, especially considering the PS3 controller was never the best, you know, creation by Sony, and whatever plastic one I have right now, it's absolutely dookie cheeks. I also didn't look at the controls before playing, and I kept on rapidly turning around by pressing R2 because I thought that would be the shoot button, and it's actually R1. Low-key bring back using the bumper to shoot your gun. The kids nowadays will lose their minds. But after messing around in this match for a few minutes, I ended up getting my first few trophies of the game. First being called Repeat Offender from dominating an enemy. Now we aren't doing any Christian Grey stuff in here, but dominating an enemy just means you've killed somebody multiple times in a match. Hence the domination, or I guess bullying, if you will. Now I honestly have no clue what enemy of these bots I was dominating. I felt like I was being touched, to be honest, myself, but apparently I dominated somebody else, and the trophy popped right here, being our first of the day. Now literally a minute later, I got another trophy called Overkill from killing an enemy who I'm already dominating. We really are just putting salt in the wound right now. I almost feel bad for whatever poor child this is that I'm torturing. But again, after getting the kill, the trophy popped a few seconds later because of the famous PS3 trophy delay, which makes my life infinitely more challenging.
Oh my god!
After that, I just began to really lay down fire on these swine, racking up kill after kill. Maybe I am a pro CSGO player after all. I mean, just look at the scoreboard. My goodness. Wait, yeah, these are all bots, and it's also on easy mode. My bad, I forgot. But I ended up getting one of these snipers as my gun because, you know, in this mode, every kill your gun changes. And after landing a shot with it, getting another kill, that was also my first shot with it, and I got a trophy called Born Ready from killing an enemy with the first bullet after respawn protection ended. This is actually very easy, especially with the sniper, because, you know, I'm not really sure any of those other guns could one-shot an enemy easily, that is. Now, I wouldn't get any trophies upon winning the game, just the pride in my soul that, yes, I am better at video games than a computer is. AI can't take us over yet, chat. But moving on, I then began to go after trophies in a bit more of a serious manner. No more messing around, nice guy, if you will. And I tried my absolute best to get the trophy called First from being the first player to get a kill in Arms Race. Now, the ideal map for this is a map called Shoots, which is also the map that is pretty much ideal for every trophy in this game because it's extremely tiny and everybody is just kind of running into each other. Total chaos is what I'm trying to say. But to get the first kill in the match, it's actually very simple. Just get the first kill. Now, since my aim is ass on PS3 and pretty much just in general, if I'm being honest, this took multiple tries. The first attempt, a bot named Frazier dropped my ass faster than I could say what my favorite oil is. It's WD-40.
Man, shut your bitch.
I then sat in lobby staring at the loading screen awaiting a new attempt on this trophy. After what seemed like 3 hours, I loaded in again, and then my own teammate named Fergus stole my kill right from under my arms. This bot quite literally snapped around like prime CSGO players do, and yeah, just laid this cretin out. Honestly, round of applause, I probably couldn't do that. I then had to once more test my PS3 strength by restarting the match. I'm still not sure if this thing is gonna blow up one day or not. Whenever I play games on it to make videos, I can hear it actively working. Anyways, third time's the charm, so I choked again. I don't even think I saw anybody, and 2 people got kills, then I died. This is honestly embarrassing. All I have to do is get 1 kill on easy bots. Holy, I might be washed. Anyways, enough of the dilly-dally. I finally did get the trophy right here, and I did it by just, not sucking, so here's the trophy pop finally. Now in this match, I also began to grind after another trophy called Insurgent, which is from killing an enemy who was dominating you. Now this obviously means that we need to first be dominated, so a big reverse on how things were going, and I just sort of walked around and let enemies kill me until one of them started to dominate me. And it was honestly pretty boring. The bots in this game play very odd sometimes, and even if you run right at them, they might not drop you. So you truly have to try and kiss them. It's the only way, and it's not gay. It's for a good cause. After multiple deaths, finally an enemy began to dominate me, and you can see this because their little icon gets this red thing over it, and also the game directly tells you that you are being destroyed, so yeah, that helps. Anyways, and then just hunted the guy down. There isn't a great way to tell other than just kill the enemy team a lot and eventually run into who's dominating you like I did right here, and I got the trophy pop pretty easy in hindsight. Now my next goal is to get a trophy called Still Alive from surviving more than 30 seconds with less than 10 health in arms race. And this is actually insanely stupid and hard to set up because you need to first get down to below 10 HP and also not die, right then and there. Whenever the bots lock onto you in this game, they typically shoot to kill and they don't really have too many errors in aiming after, already hitting you like real people might have. This is the first time I've ever wanted to play against real people for a trophy, and honestly, this game's platinum would probably be 10 times easier if it were against real people, unironically. So this one took me some time. I spent pretty much the next 10 minutes of this game just dying over and over and over. I tried to be like half in cover, half not in cover, or just get hit from afar, but man, these bullets just kept on doing too much damage and pushed me to 0. That is until finally it didn't, and I lived, baby. I crawled out the other side and I had an insanely high amount of HP at 1 HP. Yeah, I literally got to 1 HP and I survived for this trophy. But I'm getting ahead of myself because once you do get knocked down below 10 HP, you then need to hide as soon as possible or else you're gonna get shot and die again. But even once you do find cover, regardless of how much in your own spawn it is, you aren't in the clear because enemies sometimes do hound you out with their little computer AI asses. I, however, did not have that happen and nobody came to say hi. It was actually very lonely. Just getting a trophy pop first try, I guess, in a way. Now after that, I did start a new match because this one was pretty much over and we are almost finished with stage 1. The next trophy I went for was called Rampage, from winning an arms race match without dying. And this is actually very easy. But before that, I got 2 trophies back to back from just going all out on the enemies in this new round. First one's called Shot with Their Pants Down from killing an enemy while reloading. This will come naturally while playing, as you can expect. And then Magic Bullet from killing an enemy with the last bullet in my magazine. Yes, I got this because my aim is, trash, But hey, I still won the fight, so winning is winning. But anyways, back to the Rampage trophy from winning the match without dying. Obviously, doing that legit is damn near impossible because of how many kills you need, so thankfully you can get this by just making it to the final weapon on the arms race mode, and then just swapping teams because that resets your stats. Then just win the game on that team without dying again. I failed it a few times at the end, but ultimately I did do it because, it's a pretty easy method to get the trophy, so here it is popping once I finally managed to stab my way to victory. So with that finished, there was then only one trophy that remained called Denied, from killing a player who was on gold knife in arms race. This means you have to hunt down and find the final player on the enemy team who is about to win the game because the knife is the final weapon. Now actually doing that is a bit challenging since the enemy could just win right away and it's over, or our teammates could get the kill. But what if I told you the actual hard part was just waiting for those damn enemies to get there? I pretty much had to just sit AFK in this round until anybody got close because I couldn't get any other trophies during it, and you don't want to slow down the enemies by taking them out constantly. So I basically sat around for a lot of the match, getting kills here and there when I was bored, but then finally after forever the enemy got to the knife. And it was surprisingly easy to find them because, they're the only person holding a knife, and if you look with your eyes, you can see who does and who isn't holding a knife. And I managed to thankfully get this kill first try on the guy right here, getting the Denied trophy pop first try. God bless, that would have been insanely boring if I didn't do it and had to redo all of that again.
That's what I'm saying.
So that is the arms race stage finished with, and we are now into stage 2, the classic mode. This is where we can get 7 more trophies, all in the classic mode exclusively. Now the first goal of mine here was to get these 2 trophies from a quad kill, and then a team wipe called the Unstoppable Force and the Cleaner. Now the trophy guide said you could just kill your own teammates and then go on your own, but I for some reason couldn't do that. I don't know if I'm just an idiot or what, so I pretty much failed this trophy for multiple rounds, not achieving anything. But then out of sheer luck, my entire team during this one round just decided to be stupid, and they didn't shoot their guns really at all, and they kind of just wandered around while I walked through and took out all of the enemy team one by one. Getting 4 eliminations first and having that trophy pop all the while, I hunted down the final guy. And yeah, I got the team wipe first try pretty much after getting a few kills, with that trophy popping as well. GG's. Now the next trophy I went for was called Blind Fury, from killing an enemy while blinded from a flashbang. And to get this, it's actually pretty self-explanatory. Just flashbang yourself right when you run into an enemy, and then spray and pray. I did that, and again, first try, I got it. Pretty lucky there. I don't have a clue how I hit this guy, but okay. Now the next trophy wasn't really harder, but it did take more time because of its requirements, being called Blast, Will, and Testament. A very intuitive name choice, okay then. But it's from winning a round by picking up the bomb from a fallen comrade and successfully planting it. Basically, what this means is you need to have a bot on your team hold the bomb, follow them around until they die, hopefully, and then pick up the bomb from them. Then you have to just plant it and win the game by having the bomb explode. This again, like I just said, took a while to set up, but once I did finally get the bomb in my hands and planted it, I just camped by it to make sure the enemy guy that was left didn't defuse it. And I ended up also just toying with the bot by shooting it to make it think it can't move forward and defuse the bomb. Now again, you can't kill the bot because you need the game to end by the explosion, but after it got close, the bots always run away, and it did explode, winning the round and getting the trophy pop. So the next trophy I tried to get was called Eye to Eye, and this is another very hard trophy, but it's more just RNG because it requires you to kill a zoomed in enemy sniper with your own sniper rifle. Now obviously getting a sniper on sniper kill isn't that crazy, but you can't really tell when the enemy is actively scoped in on you. Thankfully there is a method for this, and it's just to go to the map Dust 2 on any team. Once you have the AWP, which is the sniper rifle in this game, just head to the 2 large wooden doors in the middle of the map and aim down sights toward the enemy spawn. After a few tries and kills, you will run into another enemy who is also scoping down sight, and once I did land my shot as well, the trophy popped. How glorious. Now the next trophy I went for is the second hardest of the game in my opinion, called Make the Cut, from winning a knife fight. Again, this trophy would have been 10 times easier on real players because sometimes knife fights are like a sacred part of CSGO matches, but this requires us to knife an enemy bot to death while it also has the knife out. And there really is no good way to get this aside from playing Demolition and letting the enemy bots plant the bomb, because once it's about to explode, they always run away with their knives out, being the perfect and pretty much only time to get this trophy. Now that I'm thinking about it though, I guess you could go on arms race and wait till an enemy gets their knife, but that is very, long, and there's no guarantee you're gonna even kill them with it. But this method on Demolition took me a solid 20, almost 30 minutes to get this trophy because of how much the bots just either ran away faster than I could set up the camping, or because they stopped pulling out their knife and switched to a gun. Overall, it's just very annoying and tedious to get this trophy no matter how you go about it. After many attempts, you'll get lucky like I did right here, and the bot kind of just got confused. His coding must have been overwhelmed with my presence trying to poke him. That sounds kind of wrong. But yeah, I got a kill with the knife while they still had the knife out, and here it is popping. So I then tried to get the hardest trophy in the game next, and really all I have between me and the platinum. It's called Bunny Hunt, and it requires you to kill an airborne enemy. This means you must land a shot on the enemy and kill them while they are jumping, falling, anything with them actively entirely in the air. And boy, oh boy, this was awful. Not only is it hard to find an enemy who is in the air, it's even harder to hit the shot on them because the window is very tiny. You have less than a second to land a deathly blow on them before they are back on the ground in any manner. I spent quite literally 1 hour straight of my life trying to do this trophy and failing over and over and over. This is entirely a skill issue, by the way. Like, if I could aim for shit, I could get it so much easier, but I just can't apparently. I probably missed like 100 shots, and I'm not even joking. It was laughable how hard this is and how much I just could not achieve it. But long story short, this trophy is insanely hard to get. It's pretty much the last one every person who tries to platinum this game will have left over, and I ended up deciding to just real fast stop and get a different trophy called Dead Shepherd, which was my only other one left, from killing an enemy who was leading hostages without injuring the hostages. This is done on the classic casual Italy map, and you pretty much just have to sit in the hostage room and camp, wait for an enemy to come up there, and then kill them while they are leading the hostages. It's very easy, and I got it without much trouble at all right here. So I then only have one more trophy, and it is that damned Bunny Hunt trophy. I also would end up just getting off for the night after rage quitting this trophy essentially. It's safe to say that getting dogged on by easy mode bots and missing every time is demoralizing. Finally though, after getting on another day, I did get this trophy. And the way I did it was by using a shotgun and not a sniper because, my aim sucks. And I just sort of sat on this ledge until somebody jumped and I managed to snap onto them in time, getting the kill. I feel like this actually might not be as hard as it was for me, but yeah, damn, skill issue. And here's that trophy pop with the CSGO Platinum Trophy pop as well. So that was the CSGO Platinum Trophy experience. Probably one of the strangest games I've ever played on a PlayStation. Something about CSGO on a controller is just so funny to me, and it's kind of hilarious how it ever even came out to begin with. 2012 must have truly been a different time. But that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.